So I'm sure by now y'all have heard of the man or bear trend, right? Well, there's a new trend in town, woman or tiger. What is that, you ask? Well, we'll get into it here. Now, first I'd like to introduce myself. Hi, my name is Mylo and this is my channel, Mylo Talks Too Much. Trust me, I do. And today we'll be talking about the woman versus tiger trend that is basically a copycat of the man or bear trend. Now, for anyone who doesn't know what the man or bear trend is, here's a quick recap. Basically, it is a hypothetical scenario where you are in the woods alone, and you can choose between there being a random man or a random bear in the woods. And people would choose based off of what they felt safest being around in this hypothetical situation. And most women were picking the bear, because if the bear ended up hurting her or killing her or something like that, then it would at least not be SA. I'm not going to say the actual name of the thing because there is actually a surprisingly high chance that I might get monetized within the not so distant future, so we're just going to call it SA from now on. And then there was also the aspect of if the bear does end up hurting the woman, then it wouldn't be out of any kind of sadistic urge and is only really just a natural thing of a unintelligent animal. While on the other hand, if a man ends up hurting a woman, it is intentional, it is a selfish act, and very sadistic. And a lot of women consider SA in the extreme sense to be worse than death. And one thing that commonly gets said is, at least the bear will just kill me. And then there's also the likelihood of a woman getting SA'd. This one website here says that, I'm gonna link it into the description, but it points out that 1 in 5 women have been the victims of the extreme form of SA, or almost have been. And 81% of women have been sexually harassed. I have actually recently. It happened for the first time. I was literally at work, and this guy, shouts at me, hey, what that ass do? I was wearing a pair of baggy jeans, a shirt with stains all over it, and my hair was a mess. Dude, I don't think I looked that sexy that day, but go off. But yeah, I was at work when that happened, so I was safe, but imagine how much scarier that would have been if I was walking down the street and didn't have my boss around to scare the guy off, if the guy had ended up getting any more annoying. But the dude couldn't even see the shape of my ass through it, and okay, we're moving on. But yeah, as you can imagine, there were a lot of men online that really didn't like this hypothetical situation that was going around. Some of them were saying stuff like, oh, I hope that every woman that chooses the bear gets SA'd and stuff like that. I didn't really think about participating in this, but after seeing that one, I was like, maybe I'm seeing a point to this. Anyways, but yeah, a lot of them ended up coming up with this woman or tiger situation. Now, first of all, a tiger is very different from a bear. Bears are not as active hunters as tigers are. Tigers have been known to actively hunt humans just for being humans, so it's not a very good comparison. I think, the most deadly animal in the world, or at least one of them, was actually a tiger. It was a pretty interesting story, but yeah. But yeah, for this trend, there were a lot of them using very minuscule issues, at least in comparison to literal SA, to propose this idea. Now, disclaimer! So, since it seems that I have to clarify this, when using the word men to describe the group of men we will be criticizing here, we do not mean all men. If we say a lot of, that does not mean all. If we use the word some, that does not mean all. Many, plenty of, etc. do not mean all. The vast majority of feminists are well aware that not every man is like this. If any do think that all men are the same, then those ones would say the word all. Now, I'm certain that many of the men watching this are competent enough to understand this concept. This disclaimer only exists to prevent those not all men comments from getting out of control. Anyways, with all that said, let's return to our discussion. Oh, and one more thing, this timestamp right here, give it to anyone who ends up commenting not all men in the comments. Now, there are a few different categories of the complaints that men had that were making them choose to get mauled by a tiger. One of them was the concept of women being gold diggers. Some comments were about divorce, some of them were just about gold digging in general. This one here says, women can marry just to take money and then leave you with a baby while they get a train ran through them. What happened to being equal? So, first of all, dude, you do realize you can still be sexually active even if you have a child. And secondly, it does sound like this child is both of yours. Like, in this situation, it sounds like you're treating the child as a nuisance and not as a living thing, but, you know. Now, scheming to just take your money, though, that's not cool. I can get behind that, if that's what actually happened. But yeah, Tiger, because it won't steal my money, won't divorce me, and take half my things. Like, okay, I'm not gonna get very far into this, but like, the alimony system, it did start for a reason and does still have its uses, but it can be exploited. That'll probably be a topic for a bigger video. But either way, I'ma call bullshit. This is not as bad as being essayed. And there were other ones that had to do with the concept of loyalty and cheating. I'm gonna say right here, I do not think that cheating is okay under pretty much any circumstances, unless you are in an arranged marriage where you didn't agree to be in there and all that, but again, like, come on, y'all. If y'all want to sleep around, don't be in a relationship. It's not that hard. But, like, I'm getting seriously concerned that these people want to date the tiger. Like, what leads a man to say a tiger wouldn't cheat on me with the guy I shouldn't worry about, tiger wouldn't laugh at me behind my back, woman or tiger, tiger because it wouldn't cheat on me, tiger because it wouldn't cheat on its mate. Okay, y'all do realize tigers are not monogamous, right? Like, it absolutely would. And second of all, do y'all want to be in a relationship with the tiger? I am confused. And then there were some that were just basically about appearance. Like, oh, I picked the tiger because it wouldn't say that I look fire, and then when they see me in person, they'll make fun of me and call me ugly. Or tiger because they wouldn't laugh at my body. And I didn't see the original for this one, but there was something about being made fun of for height. But like, okay, so naming someone for how they look is definitely not a good thing to happen, and it can make one upset. It happened to me a lot as a teenager, and when I mean happened to me a lot, I don't mean like one person was like, ew, I don't like you. Like, I mean full on actually having been sexually assaulted because someone wanted to see if I have any boobs. And, like, people yelling at me that I was, like, anorexic, like, when I was walking down the hallways, even though I did not have that. And then me wearing really baggy clothes. I've had girls harass me in the bathroom over it. Trust me, I know what this kind of stuff can be like. But yeah, a lot of this stuff is just basically about feelings, like, just plain feelings. Like, not traumatic kind of feelings, really. And then there were some absolutely unhinged ones, like, oh, the tiger because it doesn't cost $90 a night. Like, sir, do you want to have sex with the tiger? Like, I'm pretty sure that there aren't really any women who want to fuck the bear. Okay, well, there's a kink for everything, but I haven't seen anyone say that. but like, somebody needs to lock this man out of every zoo in existence. And like, another one was about it not asking if he'd still love her if she was a rock. I'm convinced that a lot of y'all don't actually like your girlfriends. Like, just say yes, it isn't that hard. It sounds like a lot of guys are sitting there, like, pondering deeply, being like, would I? Would I not? I don't know. I'm confused. Like, dude, just say yes. It's not that deep. And then there were some that were just straight up hilarious. Like, oh, at least the tiger will eat my ass. I'm like, yeah, it will. Definitely will. And everything else. Or there was this one right here where it was like, I choose the tiger because I got a girlfriend. And I'm like, good job. Giving me more faith for humanity. Thank you. Oh, and a tiger wouldn't rip off my lashes and brows. It would rip off your whole face. But then there were ones that I feel like definitely were just pure rage bait. I hope they are, because if not, they sound really dumb. Like, there were a million of them saying, like, oh, tigers are better drivers. I kind of doubt that. I mean, I've had the same car since I was 18, I'm 23 now, and I haven't crashed yet, so I doubt very many tigers could go that long. Oh, what's this one? Tiger because it shuts the fuck up. Well, this is awkward. But throughout all of these, I found some comments that were complaining about this. Such as this man here who says, women use the bear versus man to share their stories. Men should be able to do the same thing. And then, so y'all get to do it, but we can't? You see, that's the thing. You can. The problem is just, y'all completely missed the point. But there's a lot of other men who understood it perfectly and have used this to share their traumatic experiences. Like, digging through these comments under these couple of videos I found this from, I did find a lot of comments like this. Tiger, 'cause it wouldn't essay me. It wouldn't tell me I should like it when I was 10. Tiger, I was a child. Or it wouldn't tell me it was a game, or wouldn't take advantage of me in my own house. And thankfully, the comments under these do seem to be pretty supportive, gives me a little bit of hope here. But that's the thing, this trend could be used to talk about something very important, which is the problem of male essay victims. You see, the same website that I showed you earlier also says that almost a quarter of men have experienced some form of sexual violence in their lifetime. 43% have been harassed, and 1 in 4 male essay victims of the extreme extent were under the age of 18. So that is little boys being taken advantage of, and we don't talk about that enough. And like, honestly, not enough is done about essay in general. Like, this is an issue for everyone, whatever gender, color, whatever walk of life, social class, sexuality, everything. It is a problem that can affect any person. And in a trend that was an attempt at bringing these things to light, we ended up with a lot of men just completely trivializing the issue for everyone, and basically drowning out the men that were sharing their own stories. And then those same guys will go and say that women only care about it happening to women, when a lot of us do care about it happening to men. It's just sometimes hard to find men talking about it because they are silenced in one way or another. And, well, essay victims being silenced is a very common theme for everyone. Like, why do y'all think it takes so long for children to report what's happening to them? So I guess the point of this video is that no matter what your opinion on the usefulness of either of these two trends is, it is still important to take every essay case seriously. As this commenter right here best put it, a victim is still a victim. Also, one final note, yes, it is absolutely okay to talk about the relatively smaller issues like relationship troubles and body shaming that a lot of people have to deal with. Just find a more appropriate way to do it that doesn't make you sound dramatic as hell, because nobody would prefer to be mauled by a tiger than have someone laugh at them. Like, come on. But anyways, as this other person says, let's end this debate once and for all, bring both sides together, bear X tiger. Also, y'all, I swear I'm not a furry. I did not already have that in my phone. I only found it for the video, okay? Please don't accuse me of anything. But anyways, that is all for now. I think I might keep this little disclaimer thing. Maybe it'll come in handy. Also, I am curious to see how many people did not watch far enough into the video to see it. But yeah, so I really hate long outros, and y'all have probably heard me talk for long enough. So like and subscribe. I'm trying to get to 500 followers. Bye.
You sound like love, you sound like heart, you sound like something I ain't ever given up. Sound like a song that you can't stop. But once you start, too much of you can